Hello, everybody. Today we talk about motivation, and I really believe that motivation is often misunderstood. What we mean by that is that there's some people that believe that motivation is something that an organization or a manager can do. Master motivators, somebody who can get the most out of the employees that they have. The element of truth in that statement is that the one area that a manager or an organization has control over is the work environment, the environment in which an employee works. And if they can create an environment where, based on the employee working there, they're much more predisposed to work hard, then that is something that can create the motivation for an employee to do the best that they can. But what is chief in any type of discussion on motivation is, how do you create that kind of environment? How do you create an environment where a person working there will want to be more motivated to perform? So first you have to start with choosing the right person for the job. This is something that often is not done. There's more emphasis on getting the most out of the employee that you have rather than maybe identifying that this isn't the employee that you need and you need to get a different employee. So finding out first the right person for the job is really paramount. And for those who work in a union environment or government where there are certain rights accorded to employees, this is where a probationary period can really serve such a key point. So you do need to figure out where you can find a person that's going to work well in the environment that you've created and that's going to be motivated to perform once they are hired in that position. The second is, what we know about research is that employees want to be able to have as much control over their work environment as possible. This may not often be the case. You may have to work in an environment that is quite controlled. A manufacturing plant would come to mind. It's very regimented processes. A hospital is another one where there's very regimented processes that you have to follow. But in general, you want to try to give employees as much control over their work process as you can. The greater control, the better chance that they have of performing. This doesn't always work out, of course. There are opportunities that this just doesn't occur. But what we hope is that you do have an environment where people do want to perform because they have a job that they're able to control quite a bit of the aspects of that. Third is that you have to select a good, competent manager for the employee. The most important person for an employee is their supervisor. That's the one that's going to determine the type of performance they're going to have, how they're going to be evaluated with that performance, how they're going to be compensated with that performance. And in general, probably the most important is that supervisor is going to be responsible for the reputation that an employee develops. They're the one that are going to talk to other supervisors, other employees about the performance of this individual. Their performance carries quite a bit of weight, and because of that, they become the most important person for the employee in the organization. So here you've got to select somebody who's not only competent as a supervisor, but also a good person, someone who's incredibly kind, who controls their most destructive demons, who tells the truth, who always does what's right, and then is a very positive, uplifting person that looks for the good. Last, you have to have a positive and bright future for the company. Employees want to stay at a company that's going to do well over the long term, and because of that, they want a company that is going to be successful, because if they're successful, the employee has a better chance of being successful. So those are the four aspects that one needs to do to create an environment where somebody is motivated. You have to choose the right person for the job. You have to provide as much freedom for that employee to do the job. You have to select a good and competent manager. And lastly, you got to offer them a bright future. Thanks, everybody. Look forward to chatting again.